Excellency Dr. Abdul Momen, thank you so much for giving us opportunity to having you with us today. And thank you and I welcome you again. Welcome back to Jakarta. This is at least my second time to meet you. I hope you enjoy this time.
Thank you very much.
Spend some more time to enjoy Jakarta. So this time you attend ASEAN Foreign Minister meetings and Dialog Partners meetings. What is the main purpose for Bangladesh to attending this event and the main goals that you are bringing to the forum?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your question. Yes, we are privileged that Indonesia invited us to this ARF meeting. There are two meetings. One is ASEAN Foreign Ministers and another is ARF. So we are a member of ARF since 2006. So we normally always attend these meetings. And it gives us an opportunity to raise our concerns and issues. So therefore, we are very pleased when your foreign minister invited me to join and attend it, so I attended it. We have had a privilege to meet so many of our colleagues from so many countries, particularly the ASEAN countries plus members of some developed countries like USA, like Russia, like China, like United Kingdom, like Canada, Norway, many countries. So it gives me a scope to meet and talk and chat with them. The arrangements were excellent. We are thankful to Indonesia because they made a beautiful arrangement. And in a beautiful environment. The issues that we raise are two types of issues. We would like to be a sectoral dialogue partner of ASEAN. We are currently an ARF member and we attend the ASEAN events, but we would like to be a sectoral dialogue partner. Bangladesh is in between East Asia and South Asia. We are the bridge between these two. So, and our we are the connectivity hub in that region. We have good connectivity to all our neighbors like India, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Sri Lanka, and also Thailand, Myanmar. So we are in the hub, and our economy is doing very well. We could there could be win-win situation for Bangladesh and ASEAN and other countries around. So we like to be a dialogue partner. This is a message we brought. And there is by and large a consensus. So hopefully they will make the declaration. So I met the Secretary General to put this issue in the agenda. Okay, now, the major issues that we raise, our economy is doing well. Over the last 1 decade, our GDP growth rate is one of the highest in the world. It was around 6.8%. Even under COVID, we maintained 6.94% GDP growth. This year, it will be around 7.2%. The total GDP has gone up in Bangladesh from 90 billion to 465 billion. We are now 31st largest economy in the world, and I think we are around 4th or 5th largest in the world. So things are coming to the Asia.
Yes.
China is second largest. So this is Asia's century. Now, the issues that I raised, our economy is doing well. But during the COVID, we found it created a real havoc across many countries. And then through partnership and collaboration, we faced the challenge of COVID pandemic, and we managed it. We managed it very well, with minimum fatalities in Bangladesh. Because of partnership, it worked out. But we don't produce the vaccine, but some of our partners produce, so we brought it to buy it. Some also, of course, also donated it. But in the process, we managed it. There could be, if there is another COVID-like disaster in the future, then we should create a mechanism. The ASEAN ARF should create a mechanism so that if such emergency shoot up, then how we can help each other to handle such challenge. So this is one issue I raised to the forum. The other thing is, it's a big issue for us, is climate change. This is an existential issue for many countries. Bangladesh is the leader in this area because we were president of the Climate Vulnerable Forum, a forum of 58 climatically vulnerable countries. These countries' contribution to global warming is less than 5%, but they're most vulnerable, they're hard hit. And so we want to save this planet Earth. In order to save this planet Earth, we said that those polluters, particularly G20 countries, they are responsible for 80% of the global warming. They should come up with aggressive NDCs so that we can maintain a global temperature 1.5 degrees Celsius. It's necessary. We must take corrective action. Secondly, they should come up with this $100 billion promise they made in 2015 at the Paris conference. Not a single penny so far they have released, but this is not 100 billion, I said 500 billion a year they should come up. And I have a solution to it. I said the global leadership spends $2,300 billion a year for defense expenditure. So out of these $2,300 billion is spent for the protection of human beings, all right? So if this earth goes away, then you cannot protect human beings. So before that happens, we should at least divert 10% from this defense expenditure to the climate fund. If we divert, it is $460 million a year. And that can take many corrective actions to save this planet Earth. So this is a message I relay to them, that this is workable, this is achievable. In addition, there may be other ways to find out. I said in 2015, we also, whole global leadership adopted SDG program, Sustainable Development Goals, 17 goals. And at the time we agreed that to achieve those goals, a world without hunger, a world without poverty, a world where we can provide better medical services, a world where we can provide better education services, all those goals that we have approved can be achieved only if we can provide means of implementation. Means of implementation, goal number 17. That financing and technology, they are essential to achieve those goals. And these goals for the whole world, not only for developing or LDCs, it's for the whole world. And it needs fund. At the time, there was the estimation that to achieve those goals, we need around $5 to $11 trillion a year. But unfortunately, nobody is coming with money. Sometimes, even if don't money, you can have technology that can substitute some of the financing needs. Nobody is coming. So it is high time providing finance and technology transfer to achieve the sustainable development goals. Otherwise, they will remain aspirational, not achievable. These are achievable provided there are financing. So I reminded the global leadership this issue. The third one I have is that we need peace and stability across nations. Bangladesh is a peace-loving country. Our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, always used to say that peace is imperative for development. And he also wished that Bangladesh should be Switzerland of the East, and he should imitate the gospel of peace across nations. So we have been doing it. We are number one in UN troops contributing country. More than 188,000 our peacekeepers work all across the globe in maintaining peace and stability in many post-conflict countries. Not only that, we have also launched a global campaign for a sustainable peace across nations. We believe most of the violence, violence, terrorism or war emanates from a mindset of intolerance. a mindset of disrespect towards others. And therefore we want to inculcate. We had a resolution in the UN known as Culture of Peace, and all countries approved it. It was passed with consensus. The basic element of the culture of peace is we must inculcate a mindset of tolerance, a mindset of respect towards others, irrespective of religion, ethnicity, color, background, or race. If we can create such a mindset, we believe we can have sustainable peace across nations. But this mindset cannot be created alone by government. To create such a mindset, we need active, proactive support from parents, guardians, teachers, academia, community leaders, leaders in synagogue, mandir, mosques, and churches. Everybody has to take a role to create such a mindset. And I appeal everyone that we need to have sustainable peace, and therefore we should all work together to create such a mindset. And then hopefully we'll have a peaceful world. But at the same time, we want to resolve issues through dialogue and discussion. Bangladesh is an example where we resolve all our issues through dialogue and discussion. We have a big neighbor, India. Always neighbor had difficulty. We have resolved all our critical issues with India through dialogue. Not a single bullet was ever fired. We resolved our issues in Nepal and Bhutan, even Thailand, through dialogue and discussion. One problem we have with our neighbor, Myanmar. Myanmar is our neighbor, and we have no other issues other than one ethnic group, Rohingya. Myanmar has a habit of persecuting this ethnic group, Rohingya, from time to time. They did in the 70s, 80s, 90s. But through dialogue and discussion, they took them back. This time, the number is too huge. It's around 1.2 million now. But Myanmar government agreed to take them back. They also agreed to create conducive environment for the safe and voluntary return. They also agreed to provide safety and security. In the 6th year, they did not take a single one. Of course, they have other difficulties there. There was a change of government, there is a military takeover. But even the military government agreed to take them back. So we are hopeful. So we believe that through dialogue and discussion, problems can be resolved. Whether it is Ukraine war or any, through dialogue. Ukraine war is causing a lot of harm to all the countries of the world, particularly poor people, women and children. So they should stop the war. A good thing is the Americans and the Russians were in the same meeting. And they're talking to each other. And then the British and the Chinese were there. Their foreign ministers, all of them are there. So we raised our voice and we told our story that they should work together through dialogue and discussion. Under the UN rules, following the UN rules, they should end this war because it is costing humanity. Yeah. And the big issue that I raise is the Rohingya issue. Currently we are sheltering, and we said it is imperative for the ASEAN countries to take leadership role for the repatriation. Myanmar agrees to take them back. They need little push, some support. ASEAN and Myanmar being an ASEAN member, and we are in this region, everybody should take extra, it should go extra mile to resolve this issue. Because these people, their future will be better if they go back to their own country. Now here, you see, Myanmar agreed to take them, and the ASEAN could put little pressure on them, they will take. But ASEAN has to take leadership role. So I made this appeal to them. Because if you don't take leadership role, what is going to happen? This is a large number of people. And many of them are frustrated, they're hopeless, they're stateless. And as a result, they could easily succumb to, the radicalism or extremism. And if they become terrorists, and there are possibilities, then what will happen? Terrorists have no boundary, no borders, no faith, nothing. They only know how to inflict. So if they become terrorists, they will disrupt the safety and security of this region and beyond. So before that happens, we should resolve this issue amicably. So this is an appeal I made. Already many of these Rohingya are getting involved in drug trafficking, human trafficking, in arms dealing and fighting each other. Many are being killed. Bangladesh is spending around $1.9 billion a year just for maintenance. And our friendly countries are providing some humanitarian support. But the amount of human support is declining sharply because much of money is going to the Ukrainian refugees. So we have to take corrective actions, and I made an appeal to you. So these are some of the issues that I raised to the, and I said, we Bangladesh has a policy, zero tolerance to terrorism, and others should follow the same.
So thank you. You explained a very
Foreign, Health Minister was in Dhaka last week to attend 75th anniversary of WHO, and he attended and we met him.
So officially, does Bangladesh, the government of Bangladesh, recognize the current government of Myanmar led by the military, or how can we describe?
We have not. We recognize the Myanmar government and never withdraw recognition from the Myanmar government.
So,
even under the military, well, you know the Myanmar, there have been military government again and again.
Yeah, because currently, like for example,
even
ASEAN,
when Aung San Suu Kyi was the leader, military, she was backed by military.
Yeah.
That people should have this understanding. It's unlike other countries of the world.
Yeah. So because ASEAN itself didn't invite the military ruler of Myanmar in this meeting because they encourage, they order, if I may say, the government to provide this neutral party, non-military party into the meeting. So what do you think about it, our Bangladesh government?
The ASEAN is taking their position, that's welcome, there's nothing wrong in it. But you see, I said our policy is friendship to all, malice towards none.
So engagement is better for ASEAN with Myanmar rather than...
There should be some form of engagement, to resolve issues. If you are committed for resolving issues, it's always better to have some engagement.
So back to Rohingya issue.
Yeah.
Recently we hear that there is some of Rohingya left Myanmar, Bangladesh, for other countries in the region, in the ASEAN region. What do you think? What happened? Why they have to move from Bangladesh to other countries while actually
that's a human nature, you see. They in Bangladesh, we just provide them humanitarian assistance. They have no future, you see, and what they can do. So they try their best to go to those countries where they can have a future. So at times, and there are crooked people too. The society, and with the modern technology, the internet, what they do, some of these crooked people, the bad people, they take the pictures of young girls and they show those in their video, and some people in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in other countries, through the internet they get married, and then they try to get them out from there and take them to many places. So these crooked people, traffickers, are doing it, and unfortunately you cannot stop it unless you stop this cell phone. These are so powerful cell phone, and this is a tool to exploit. This is designed not to exploit, but it is happening. In order to reduce this trafficking, what we did, we did not give them 5G facility. We gave them only 2G facility. They can talk to each other, but cannot take video and sell it abroad. They also take video of criminal type, you see, those things, and sell it abroad. So we stopped, we gave them 2 or 3G, I forgot, not 4 and above. Because 4 and above is so fast, they can have videos. In order to reduce the trafficking, but then all the human rights group, human rights organizations, they became upset with us. They said, oh, this is the violation of human rights, and they're, this. So we had to restore them. So who is suffering? It is the Myanmar people, these captive people. They are suffering because they take the pictures, sell it abroad, and there are trafficking. At times, they die on the ocean. Very sad indeed. Who are responsible? It is the human rights group who make lot of noise without knowing actual situation. They live in a dream world, we want dream world, but it's not the reality.
So that's
But
one
we
way.
listened to them. We agreed. Okay, fine.
So that's
We don't
one way.
have 5G all across the nation,
Mm.
but we provided to them. Now we allowed 5G to Cox's Bazar, not in the camps. Cox's Bazar, all the human rights groups and the NGOs, international NGOs, they work there. These people work. And they may have to do some communication. Okay, you have your 5G in Cox's Bazar, not in the camps. Because camps, if they use, they misuse it. But human rights group made lot of noise for no reason. So we say, okay, allow it, it's not a big deal.
So this is actually the way the government of Bangladesh try to protect the safety of the people of
That's
Rohingya.
we want to protect the Rohingya from abuse and misuse, you see. But very sad, look, for example, we get lot of monsoon, lot of rain. We have provided these Rohingya in a hilly area. Those areas used to be used by your elephant for grazing. Now there is no elephant. All environment is destroyed, totally destroyed. Now there are hundreds of houses there. But whenever we get too much rain or monsoon, there is always a possibility of landslide. In order to reduce the risks of the dead due to landslide, we plan to move 100,000 of them to one of our largest island, known as Bashancho. It's a very large island. We want to move them there. And all voluntarily. Till now, 32,000 has been moved, and they are all voluntary. But human rights group and some Western government started making lot of noise. No, don't move them up there. Why not? They said if they move there, they will be detached from families, home, this and that, and it is not accessible. That's why they don't want to. Those who went there, they're very happy, because we spent $350 million to build housing, beautiful housing. This is beautiful. There we also provided some economic activity. They can do grazing, they can do fishing, they can do cultivations, because there are plenty of land. And there are thousands of buffaloes and cows. They can take care of them. So they have some activity. But in the Kotubalo, the camps, 32 camps, there is no space. The per capita people living up there is around, I think, 65,000 people in 1 square mile. So you can easily understand what we have. We cannot provide any economic activity in these camps because of sheer space problem, logistic problem, even if you want to come up, because it's logistic problem. But unfortunately, many of our human rights groups make a lot of it. The basic reason we came to know is that the Kotupalong area, the Cox's area, are known as disaster risk area. Additional part DM, 475 or something, part DM. That's the story came out in the media. But the Bashanchor is not declared as a disaster area. So if you work there, you don't get that money. So that's why they made a lot of noise under the banner of human rights. Very sad indeed. I'm a humanist. All my life I committed for human rights, But I feel very strange at times that many of my own organization, where I contributed for years, like they're biased at times. They don't get the truth from the young people. And in my country, there are many human rights activists and civil society leaders. They are all politically motivated individuals. If you look at their characteristics, throughout their life, they're this party or that party, and they're opportunists, many of them. Not all, there are committed people. But this is very sad, and they make noise. But anyway, we want to give a better life to the Americans said they will take 100,000 of them, these Rohingya. They reallocate 100,000. Till today they have only taken 62. The Canadians that they will take some. Till today they have taken only 9. The Americans said their friends, Japan and others will take. Most welcome. We have nothing against. They are not our nationals. They are Myanmar nationals. Wherever they can have a better life, they are most welcome. But we believe the solution lies with Myanmar, because they would be best served if they go back to their country of origin.
Thank you, Minister, for your very good explanation.
I'm a
To
teacher,
clarify-
not a diplomat,
yes.
so I tell the truth.
Yeah, so you clarify everything that actually hanging around. So it's clear for us now.